Alright, hey YouTube, it's dontheunderdog here. Yeah, some people have been asking me around for it, but here's my Dark Gaia deck. I ran this at YCS San Jose. I was 4-1 going into the 6th round, which is pretty good, but then I just lost out. I got I got bad rulings on stuff, then I got like game losses and just bad luck and stuff. And then last round I just scooped for money because it was like, okay, I'm X3, it was whatever. But so yeah, here it goes. It's more consistent than it really looks. Like if you just look at the cards, and it won't make any sense. Like as you can see, this is valkyrion. It doesn't look good. But okay, let me just explain the deck to you. Okay, so the idea of the deck is focused around bringing this guy out, Evil Hero Dark Gaia. His attack is combined of whatever the fusion materials I use for it are. The fusion materials require a rock and a fiend type monster. So then you use a valkyrion, which has 3500 attack, and the mass beast has gardius, and then it'll have in the 6000s attack, and then his second effect is when he attacks, and you can flip all of your opponent's face-down monsters into face-up attack, and their effects can't be activated. So that's really good, but it's not enough for a game in one turn. So sometimes you need to, then you need to search out and then you special summon it by using this card Dark Calling. I run 3 of it. I'm just kind of showing it to you right now, just so that the deck makes sense. But it's basically like Miracle Fusion. Just remove fusion materials for an evil hero from your hand or your graveyard, and so then you remove a rock or a fiend. And then the rest of the deck is pretty much just drawing, just to get into that situation. But then once you get it out, then you're going to want an equips, then you can just attack for game. And then I use Flashing Light Tryce. They basically let you attack twice. Or Megamorph, it just doubles the attack if your life points are lower. But and then you have Hidden Armory to search it out. But yeah, here, now I'll just explain the deck. So yeah, so first 3 cards, Valkyrion, the Magna Warrior. I'm pretty sure it's the highest attack rock monster in the game, but it's also level 8, which is important for trade-in, which it's basically like a D-draw except you ditch a level 8, so that's it's good. It just helps with the flow. 3 Masked Beast, it's the same, it's level 8, so it works and Dark, so it works for both Allure and trade-in, so it's good. Then you have 2 of these guys. They're like 100 more attack than the Mass Beast, but so it's like 3300, but it's like the same. Next we have 3 Broww, Hunstman, Dark World. It's good whenever it's discarded for an effect other than a cost, like Dark World Dealings. Then you get to draw an extra card, or Morphing Jar. Like an ideal setup would be, you set up, an ideal opening hand would be like, you set Megamorph, or, Morphing Jar first turn, and then they attack into it, and then you discard your whole hand, and then you get to draw 6 if you had a Broww in your hand, because then you discard it. So yeah, that's good. And then plus it works with Dark World Dealings, which is like, draw a card, then discard a card, and if you draw a card, then you discard Broww, then it's basically like another trade-in. So Morphing Jar, explain this a little bit. It's good if you open up with it, but then it's kind of dead for the rest of the game. Snipe Hunter, just to deal with other stuff, I guess. Like Thunder King is kind of a big deal for this deck, so is Banisher of the Radiance, but yeah, so. Next we have 3 Dark Calling, explained this already. It's hard to draw, or not really, because you have 3 of them. 3 Upstart Goblin. Your opponent gains 1000, then you draw a card. It's good, just to kind of get the flow of the deck going. 3 trade-in, discard level 8, draw 2. Then you have, I think is it 8 targets? Yeah, 8 targets. 8 targets for, so. And basically, anytime you have it, then you have a target. 3 Dark World Dealings. It doesn't have to be used with Broww necessarily, because you can also, when you just draw, because then you can just draw and then discard 1 if you have a lot of cards. It's a minus, but yeah, it can still work if you're just trying to get through the deck. 1 Allure, and just you have most of these are dark, so it works well. Just draw 2 and then remove, so it's good. 2 Hand Destruction. I don't really like this as much. ditch 2 then draw 2 because it's situational. Like if your opponent doesn't have 2 cards in their hand, but yeah, and then plus it doesn't work for Broww because it's a cost. Card destruction does though, like so when you ditch your whole hand, then you get to draw 1 for Broww if you had it. So yeah, Magical Mallet, don't really like it, but it's just the 40th card. So Hidden Armory, middle of the top card of your deck, then search out an equip. It's good for searching out like your game-winning equips, Megamorph and Twin Swords. But yeah, I explained these. Oh, but Twin Swords you have to discard. I forgot to mention that. Sorry, you have to discard for it, and then the equip monster loses 500, then it can attack twice. So basically it's game if you have it. Next you got 1 Trunade. This is because you still have to worry about people's back row. So then you just draw it. This is like the hardest card to draw because you only have 1 of them. So and there's no way to search it out. So 1 Foolish Burial, just to set up. I don't really like it though. I mean, it's just to get either Valkyrion or the Mass Beast into the grave. 1 MST, just kind of good, I guess. Yeah, and then onto traps. It's just 3 Reckless. So I mean, it's good if you open with them, but then if you draw them later game, then you've really got nothing. So yeah, if you play them, expect to be like playing then like winning the next turn. So yeah, just something to keep in mind. And don't be afraid. Okay, so I have a scenario. So you set Reckless Greed first turn, like you have some draw cards, I don't know. If you guys really want me to do like an opening hand thing, then just comment below, because it is a lot more consistent than it seems. But like then you draw first turn, then you draw another Reckless, then set the other Reckless, and then just go into it next turn. I mean, really, people can't set up that fast in this current format. So yeah, if you draw 4, or I guess it would be drawing 5 for turn, but then that would be really good. So now that's it for the main deck. Side deck. The side deck doesn't even have 15 cards. I mean, there's only so many cards that really matter. I mean, and then plus the more cards you take out, it's just gonna affect the deck even more. So I end up taking out like Upstart Goblins and like hand destruction because there's no real combos involved in those. So first you have 3 DD designators. It's declare 1 card. If your opponent has it in their hand, then remove it from play. You use it on effect failure and basically honest, because if they play effect failure, then Dark Gaia goes to 0, and then you're kind of screwed because then it doesn't go up. So yeah. So if you just declare that before they can bring out Dark Gaia, then yeah. So that's good. Or honest, because honest can pretty much rape you, but don't sign it in unless you're playing Lightsworn, pretty much, or you know they're playing Veilers. Then next you have a Twister, just to get rid of like, I don't know, like D-Fissure builds of GBs sometimes, and then you have an MST. So then a Dark Hole, just to get rid of like, just against anti-meta stuff. So yeah, that's it for the deck. Hope you enjoyed. Please comment, rate, subscribe. I think I'm gonna do a drawing out version of this just to show you guys like how good it is, because it's really good. I mean, it's better than it seems anyways. So yeah, what else? A few new videos will be up soon. So yeah, peace out YouTube.